Welcome back to the workbench. Today I'm taking a look at this, the Churchill Mk.VII, which is part of the vintage classic range in 1/76 scale from Airfix. Join me as I take a look inside the box and find out what's included. Hi, I'm Matt and you're watching Model Minutes. Before I start the video, a quick shout out to my patrons. Massive thank you to you for the support that you give me. So today, a vintage classic kit from Airfix, the Churchill Mk.VII in 1/76 scale. On the front of the box is one of the more classical illustrations for this kit, which many of you might have been familiar with. And I quite like it because it's got quite a nostalgic and exciting style to it. The rear of the box features the colour, painting and decal placement instructions. As you can see, it suggests 3 paint colours, 53 gunmetal grey, 113 rust and 159 khaki drab. On this side of the box we get some information about the actual mould tools, stating that it was made in 1961 and the illustration was by Ron Jobson in 1975. So this is going to be quite an old kit. Here it indicates that it's a skill level 2 and the standard flying hour that you can redeem against further kits is included there. This side of the box features health and safety information as well as other symbols indicating that it can be recycled and that it's not suitable for those aged 8 years and under. So let's take a look inside the box. As usual, I'm going to start by taking a look at the instructions. The paper has a slightly different feel, it almost feels glossy, and I can tell that the font that they've decided to use has changed slightly as well. The front page features multilingual information about the actual Churchill Mk.VII tank. Turning over the page and you can see that we're straight into the step-by-step diagrams. As far as I'm aware, these are going to be sort of semi-original diagrams but have been updated over time with the paint numbers and the layout and how they're being displayed. As you can see here, I have to do this step 22 times and that's for installing the various suspension and wheel parts, which are then all added to the sides of the tank, which is then followed by the rubber band tracks. So as is common with the older Airfix tanks in 1/76 scale, rubber band tracks are going to be a thing. It suggests here that you bond them together by heating and melting the two lugs together, but I have been told that apparently 2-part epoxy might work, so I'll have a go at that if I get round to building this. Moving on, you can see there's still quite a few steps to complete until we get to number 11, where we add the turret onto the top of the tank, but it suggests that you don't cement it in so that you can position it how you might like. The same thing can be said about the actual barrel of the main gun, which if you don't cement it into place, it can be traversed up and down. On the rear of the little booklet is multilingual safety information and a key to the different symbols. So make sure you read everything because these are at the end. And obviously you might need to read these before you start building so you know what they mean. A tiny little sheet of decals is included and these are to the normal standard from Airfix. Decals being one of the easier things for them to update over time. The printing seems to be quite fine and it only remains to be seen how they actually apply to the model. Contained within a plastic bag you get the main parts of the kit. So we have 2 sprues and a set of rubber band tracks. Let's take a look at the sprues first. The moulding seems to be quite well done. It is up to the standard expected from the 1960s, so if you wanted something more recent, more detailed, then this probably wouldn't be the kit to go for. But the details that are present do seem to be quite well reproduced, if a little bit thick in places. You can see on this sprue that there are all the little wheels, which I can imagine are going to be a pain to assemble. And there is a little bit of flash in places which will need to be removed before I start building this kit. On this sprue, very similar sort of detail. You can see here the actual parts are numbered rather than having them numbered on the sprue. Here, the little holes in these parts have closed up, so they'll need to be cleaned out. But generally, the mould seems to have survived quite well, and it looks like it'll be quite a fun kit to build. I think it's a skill level 2, purely based on the amount of wheels that you've got to assemble, and the fact that it's got these rubber band tracks. I'm not a big fan of these. If you remember watching my Sherman video, you'll know that I didn't particularly like them. I think the whole point of these rubber band tracks is that you're supposed to be able to get the tank to roll along when you've finished assembling it. But I think that given the age of the tooling and also the fact that probably the tolerances aren't great, that's probably just a pipe dream for most of us. So I'm not expecting to be able to do that myself, but if it's possible, I'll give it a try. One more thing that's worth mentioning is that this does feel like it's got quite a bit of mould release on it. My hands feel a little bit greasy just touching this one, so when I come to build it, I am going to have to give it a good wash. And that's that. So, 2 sprues and a set of rubber band tracks, a nicely printed small sheet of decals, easy to follow instructions, and a nicely illustrated box. You can see that I paid £5.99 for it, which is the standard sort of price, retailing for about £6 in the UK. I think that if I could get it cheaper, I would, but I don't think that that's a bad price to pay for it. I'm not expecting to be able to work wonders with this kit, but I think that I'll have a lot of fun building it. So if you'd like to see me build this kit, make sure you put a comment underneath, and also don't forget that I'm interested in any suggestions you might have for other kits you'd like to see me build on my channel, so feel free to post that too. All that's left to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the workbench again next time.